Imagine being able to cook a full meal using just a handful of twigs, leaves, or even scrap wood. No gas, no electricity, just pure efficiency. That's the power of a rocket stove. Whether you're living off-grid, preparing for emergencies, or just want a super efficient outdoor cooking method, a dial rocket stove is a game changer. But here's something to think about. Did you know that rocket stoves are so efficient that they can boil water in just a few minutes while using 80% less fuel than a traditional open fire? Stick around, and I'll show you exactly how to build your own from scratch. What is a rocket stove and why should you build one? A rocket stove is an ultra-efficient cooking device that uses small amounts of fuel to generate intense heat. It works by creating a superheated airflow that burns fuel more completely than an open fire, reducing smoke and maximizing heat output. The design features a vertical combustion chamber where fuel burns at high temperature, and the hot air is forced upward into the cooking area. Rocket stoves are perfect for off-grid cooking, camping, survival situations, and even backyard cooking. Unlike traditional campfires, they produce very little smoke, making them an excellent choice for stealth cooking in emergency scenarios. Plus, they work with almost any dry biomass: sticks, wood chips, leaves, pine cones, or even paper, so you'll never have to worry about running out of fuel. Did you know that rocket stoves are used in many developing countries to reduce indoor air pollution? Traditional cooking methods, like open fire stoves, cause millions of deaths yearly due to toxic smoke inhalation. By burning fuel more efficiently, rocket stoves help save lives and reduce deforestation. Now, let's get into how you can build one. Choosing the right materials for your dial rocket stove. Before you start building, you need to decide on the type of rocket stove you want to make. The materials you choose will depend on your needs. Do you want a portable rocket stove for camping, or a permanent outdoor stove for daily use? Here are some of the best material options. Metal rocket stove, made from steel pipes, metal cans, or an old propane tank. Durable, long-lasting, and great for frequent use. Brick or concrete rocket stove, ideal for a stationary backyard setup. Retains heat well and lasts for years. Cinder block rocket stove, the easiest method. Just stack a few cinder blocks in the right shape and you're done. Clay or cob rocket stove, a more traditional, eco-friendly option made from clay, sand, and straw. Each material has its pros and cons. Metal stoves heat up fast but can rust over time, while brick stoves take longer to heat but retain heat well. If you want a quick and simple build, a metal can rocket stove is your best bet. If you want a more permanent and durable stove, bricks or concrete are better options. Fun fact, NASA has experimented with rocket stove technology for space missions because of its extreme fuel efficiency. Now that's some serious engineering. Building a simple metal can rocket stove. One of the easiest and cheapest ways to build a rocket stove is by using metal cans. You'll need a large metal can like a coffee can or paint can, a smaller metal can such as a soup can, a few tin snips or a metal cutting tool, fireproof insulation such as perlite, ash, or sand, a drill or hammer and nails. Start by cutting a hole near the bottom of the large can. This will be your fuel intake where you feed and sticks. Cut a hole of the same size in the side of the smaller can, then insert it horizontally into the large can. The smaller can acts as the air intake and combustion chamber, directing the flame upward. Pack the space around the small can with insulation. This keeps the heat contained and maximizes efficiency. Once everything is secure, place a grate or metal rack on top for your cooking pot. That's it. You now have a fully functional DIY metal can rocket stove that can cook meals with just a few sticks. Did you know you can cook a full pot of rice or stew on a properly built rocket stove in just 15 minutes? It's like having a miniature campfire that focuses all its energy exactly where you need it. Building a brick or concrete rocket stove. If you're looking for a more permanent and durable rocket stove, using bricks or concrete is the best approach. This design is perfect for backyards, homestays, or survival retreats. To build one, you'll need fire bricks or cinder blocks, a metal grate, and optional cement for securing the structure. Start by stacking the bricks to form a square or rectangular base, leaving an opening at the bottom for fuel input. Then continue stacking the bricks to create a vertical chimney where the heat will rise and concentrate under your cookware. If you want a permanent setup, you can cement the bricks together for added stability. Once finished, place a metal grate or rebar on top to hold your pots and pans. This design retains heat exceptionally well, making it one of the most efficient and long-lasting cooking methods available. Unlike portable stoves, a brick rocket stove can handle larger cooking tasks such as boiling big pots of water or slow cooking stew. In fact, rocket stoves are so effective that some rural villages rely on them as their primary cooking method to conserve firewood and protect the environment. How to use your rocket stove efficiently. Building a rocket stove is only half the battle. You also need to know how to use it properly to maximize efficiency. One of the most important things to remember is airflow. Rocket stoves rely on a steady stream of oxygen, so always leave space between the sticks when feeding the fire. This prevents the flame from suffocating and keeps the burn clean and smokeless. It's also crucial to use dry fuel. Wet wood will produce excess smoke and slow down combustion. The best type of fuel for a rocket stove is small sticks, dry twigs, or wood chips, as they burn quickly and efficiently. Unlike traditional campfires, you don't need large logs. Rocket stoves are designed to function with minimal fuel input. If your rocket stove isn't burning properly, check if the air intake is blocked or if you're adding too much fuel at once. A properly functioning rocket stove should produce a strong, focused flame that burns cleanly with little to no smoke. Interestingly, some modern rocket rocket stoves are designed to generate thermoelectric power, meaning you can charge a battery while you cook. That's the power of smart engineering. Maintaining your rocket stove. A well-built rocket stove can last for years with minimal maintenance. If you're using a metal rocket stove, make sure to check for rust and wear over time. Applying heat-resistant paint can help prolong its lifespan. If you're using a brick or concrete stove, watch for cracks, especially if you're using it frequently in extreme temperatures. One of the simplest ways to maintain your stove is to clear out ash and debris after each use. Excess ash can block airflow, which reduces efficiency and increases smoke output. Always store your rocket stove in a dry location to prevent weather damage, especially if you've built a metal version. With proper care, a brick or metal rocket stove can last for decades, making it a reliable and sustainable cooking solution. Interestingly, some communities in Africa and Asia have adopted rocket stove designs to combat deforestation, helping to preserve natural resources while providing an efficient cooking method. By building your own, you're not just making a useful survival tool, but also embracing a time-tested technology that's improving lives worldwide. And that's how you build your own DIY rocket stove for off-grid cooking. Whether you're a prepper, an outdoor enthusiast, or just someone looking for a sustainable cooking option, a rocket stove is an incredible addition to any setup. With just a handful of twigs, you can cook a full meal without relying on gas or electricity. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below. Would you try making a rocket stove? Let me know what you think, and happy cooking!